pets look like their owners. Dude, I love how guinea pigs look at you like you just committed 689 felonies. They have that, oh my God, stare. I love it. When y'all finish playing hide and seek and the tryhard person comes out the most ridiculous spot, sweaty and dusty AF, and they got dry lips and no money and no future, hate it when that happens. Dating a girl is fun until she starts biting your arm. Or until she cheats on you with your best friend on Thursday, October 7th, 2019 at 6:40 p.m. That's the worst. Poor guy. Bruh, these kids were running a lemonade stand and I walked to them and said, got any grapes? And this kid deadass looks me in the eyes and says, we prepared for people like you, and pulled out a bowl of cold grapes. He knew. He was ready and waiting for this moment.
I gave in. I bought you some grapes.
British men stopped wearing this hat some years ago and started getting it as a haircut instead. They just kept the shape, changed what it was, you know? Instead of a hat now, it's just part of you forever. Go hang a salami backwards as I'm a lasagna hog. What? No, Stanford really said that. You will soon discover a new talent for juggling pineapples. Well, this I would never have expected out of a fortune cookie, so this must be the first real fortune cookie. Thank you. What will I do with this? Can I profit off of this? Word of the day is latibulate, 17th century. To hide in a corner in an attempt to escape reality. Okay, well, we're bringing that back, obviously. Shout out to my latibulators. Latibulating like crazy. Imagine you're getting a job at a GameStop, and your manager is the type of guy to chug a whole Monster Energy drink and then say, ha, level up! And he does that every day. Now you know what it's like working at the GameStop, because this is my manager. He's real, and he's me. If your credit scores are below 800, this is worth a try. Hey, why does the man look like he just freed 160 children from forced labor in Senegambia after a gruesome battle where he lost half of his men? I mean, I'll try it. He looks like he knows what he's talking about, but there's pain in those eyes. Just ate 3,000 calories of Airport Panda Express ass crack a dawn rooster, still tired. And you want to ask me to move my feet out of the aisle? These are size 13 shoes and I'm inbred. I'm the serpent in the garden with nicotine poisoning. You're on vacation with your kids, I'm dying in real life. So no, I won't move. I will never understand how we normalized health insurance companies acting as a barrier between doctors and patients for no reason other than extracting money. They literally don't even have a product. Their product is denying you. That's what they're great at telling you that you can't be taken care of. That's what they do. That's their business model. I am gay? No. Straight? No. Bisexual? No. Asexual? No. Annoyed at people who tell me to stop bouncing my leg because it's a distraction for them or because it bothers them? I'm sorry you don't have anxiety, Susan. Stop fucking judging me and let me be internally anxious in peace. Check. British people eat like aliens pretending to know what human food is, and frankly, I'm tired of us pretending that they don't. Bangers and mash, that's not even a real word. Not even a real thing. Spotted dick, you're insane. Imagine what it's like to work at BuzzFeed. Your boss asks you to grow out your pubes for a month. You ask Dave from accounting if he wants to go out for a drink, but he's on a ketchup cleanse this week. You need to find Sheila to get her figures for this quarter, but she's away, trying transcendental puppy kale yoga for the first time. You get roped in to do a taste test for slow-cooked yogurt, and now you're stressed because you can't find the perfect gift for your what is your favorite Game of Thrones butt plug say about you listicle for minimum wage. Put a finger down if your kitten pooped in his carrier on the plane because he got scared of a rough landing, and the crew was so angry about the smell that they kicked you off your next flight and left you in a random city for 12 hours, and now you're rationing cat litter and food at a family bathroom. I still have all my fingers up. Not me. I hate to admit this, but our feelings on certain things really do change as we get older. 10 years ago, I would have preferred to get a new video game instead of an engagement ring. But now that I'm older, I'd prefer to get a domesticated raccoon instead of an engagement ring. Things really do change. Cillian Murphy looks like he was designed by someone who was both very horny but also riddled with Catholic guilt, and he came out on the other end. I have a World War I trench knife embedded in my bedroom wall just in case. 1917 edition. More useful than a gun in close quarters. This is from a man who is so physically awkward, he looks like a handful of custard being pushed with chopsticks through a revolving door. But he, you know, thinks that he can handle the knife way better than the gun in close quarters. Coworker. Good to be back at work, though. Break felt a little long to me, if I'm being honest. The Slavic man I hired to pour hot soups on people who annoy me. Here come the ladle. Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's why I pay you the big bucks. Imagine it's your day in court for a horrible crime you didn't commit. Your lawyer's late, you haven't even met them yet. Then the doors swing open and it's a fucking golden retriever in a suit. Your heart sinks. You realize you're an Airbud 14 attorney at paw. You weep. But hey, you walk free, because goddammit those dogs know law. Zuckerberg wore a $900,000 watch while announcing Meta's end to fact-checking. Yeah, he looks like dudes I used to sell to in high school that were hosting a party because their parents were out of town, so this all checks out. By the way, a cautionary tale. If you find a bunch of bones that are A, untouched, and B, supernaturally clean, there is definitely a reason for both of those things. Sometimes that reason is ants. Sometimes those ants are fire ants. Sometimes those fire ants have made a nest over the entire 3-meter area around those bones. Well, it sounds like someone had an adventure with fire ants and it didn't go well. Seems fair enough to me. My men height chart. 5 to 5'3", Stuart Little. 5'4" to 5'7", Sassy. 6'1" and above, King. I'll you out. Oh boy, in the women weight chart. 100 to 130, Goddess. 131 to 150, Queen. 151 to 170, Whale. Jesus Christ. 171 to 190, Mammoth. 190 plus, Ford F-150 extended cab 4x4 with Pro Tow package. But hey, that's reliable. And don't you want something reliable? I always found this such an odd argument. It's funny if you have a thing for taller guys. It's fine if you have a thing, but then bringing in, I don't know. I always found this this back and forth. This to me, this like, whoa, woman who's this big. I want a guy who's this tall. This is just the dating version of the console wars to me. It's just two people arguing endlessly forever. 80s video game. Here is a fantasy that you're an astronaut blasting asteroids. 90s. No, you're a badass marine blasting demons. 2000s. Time to blast some aliens. 2010s. Chop up these zombies. 2020s. Here's a fantasy that you have a cozy house, friends, relationships, and food. Enjoy. I wonder what prehistoric schizophrenics had delusions about. Like, what was the Neolithic equivalent of CIA gang stalking? I don't know, smoke signals? What the heck do I get my elderly roommate turned surrogate father, who's a recently out of the closet gay Democrat, with a family that doesn't really accept him and is still unexpectedly but significantly involved with the Catholic Church, yet has little to no hobbies? Budget is $30 to $50. The answer is a journal. Let him write it out. Girls that will ruin your life. Any and all Jessicas, all Emilys, all Catherines. That girl with red eyes who appears in my room at 3:33 a.m. and laughs until she cries blood. And Alex. The last thing your CV sees before a 36-year-old divorced cat lover HR lady shift deletes it because her hormones told her so. Isn't that crazy? Goodbye, CV, no job for you. Ice skating is wild. Someone was brave enough to walk onto a frozen lake and be like, you know what my feet need? Knives. That's exactly how we're gonna get through this. We cater any event. Wedding, graduation, horse funeral, drug intervention, Tuesdays. Horse funeral, a night alone, return of Jim, anniversary of horse funeral. Come inside for a free consultation. Let's see if we can help you. She's a 10, but when she's on top, she yells, "It's a me, Wario." Then, excuse me? Then farts on my balls and uses my ears like a steering wheel. Small price to pay for love, buddy. Lady Gaga stuns in a new photo. She looks like she's gonna lure you to a remote island and have you fight a big robot under a volcano. It looks like she's scheming. Mariah points a claw at another innocent victim. All I want for Christmas is you. We look away. The screaming eventually ceases and is replaced by the sound of bones crunching. We can sleep easy. The Mariah has been fed. For now. Dear God, this happens every year? Beating the dog out of my family at Mario Kart. No handouts. First 13 times in a row. People are crying. I feel nothing. This ain't a game to me. I worked myself out of the trenches. I cut my teeth on this. Ain't never been against nobody not like me, huh? Mate looks like he's gonna be at a business meeting right after lunch. Get promoted by evening and take another victim during the night. I see. A real working man. Do you think the top part of a mermaid also tastes like fish, or would that it actually be red meat? Would there be a solid line where the meat changes in their body, or would it kind of blend? Could you make a surf and turf platter with one carcass? So many questions. I went to the ER for a migraine once. The nurse asked what I took for it. I said, a liter of chocolate milk. She paused and said, odd, but only something a migraine sufferer would try. As if I correctly answered her riddle and she was granting me passage to the land of pain relief. I solved her troubling query, and I got a reward for, passing the test. Muscle men to carry my mother in the East Village. My mom is dead. She wanted to be cremated by the guy who burns bodies, says she's too fat to get on fire. For her funeral, we'll put her in a box. I am looking for 6 athletic male models to carry my mom into the church. Must have 6-packs and bring your own fedoras. The funeral will be gangster themed because she is Italian. God bless. It's surprising how often crime news stories deal with music. Somebody shoots a neighbor because of the music they're playing, but the newspapers never tell you the name of the song. This disappoints me. If I were a journalist covering the story, that would be the first question I asked. Like, how justified was this, was this shooting? I don't believe the whole most people only have 4 sexual partners in their life thing, because pretty much everyone I know is sitting somewhere between 60 to 120 bodies. And while it's possible that I'm only friends with whores, I truly don't think that's the case. Do you live in New York City? People have insane numbers there. Oklahoma. The numbers in the Bible Belt are insane, I promise you. Before I became a parent, I never thought I would break up a fight at a living room guinea pig fashion show, yet here we are. The world is full of surprises. Your password must be between 732 and 942 characters. It cannot be the same as any word in any known language. It must include 3 hieroglyphs, ancient Babylonian text, and the solution to Fermat's last theorem. Good luck. Hey, don't cry. Crush 2 cloves of garlic into a pot with a dollop of olive oil and stir until golden. Then add 1 can of crushed tomatoes, a bit of balsamic vinegar, half a tablespoon of brown sugar, half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and stir for a few minutes, adding a handful of fresh spinach to wilted. And mix in pasta of your choice, okay? It'll be fine. My daughter was 4, and while we were sitting eating breakfast one morning, she says, I was on a mountain once, and my mom, dad died, and then I woke up and was in the house with you and mama. Then we just sat there for a few seconds and looked at each other. Then she said she wanted to watch Paw Patrol, so that's what we did. Out of order, please use ladies for pooping. Can you narrow down which lady to shit on? I've been arrested for similar before. Just want to make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's here. It's wild that you can just do anything. Date the wrong person, choose the wrong career. You can go outside and start eating dirt if you want, and the universe lets you. Not even a pop-up like, are you sure? No, just free will is crazy. Please, do not stand around the printer and do not sit on the table. Hugging the printer is not permitted either. John, thank you. What do you remember most from your first sex ed class? I remember Mrs. de Blasio, the school secretary, telling us to never believe a guy who said he couldn't wear condoms because they were too small. And then she stretched one over her head like a ski mask as proof. That's awesome. Hell yeah. The fun thing about English/literature class is that no matter your feelings towards English or literature as a subject, there's always that one fucking short story that you remember decades later because holy hot dogs, that was a fucked up thing to make a 10th grader read. The Jaunt, are you kidding me? All white people, stop use Red Note. You bring pervert and behavior to Red Note, no good. Look all this white already spreads virus on Red Note, shake arm fat like country flag. What make America most disgust? Now all this try make China most disgust. Slut virus most strong, I'm not approve. Already making waves on Red Note, I see. The other one is Mango Loco if they have it. Yeah, that's the one that I wasn't comfortable grabbing. There's not another flavor? Have like 10 other flavors. It's just personal reasons as far as the mango flavor goes. Oh yeah, well the mango one is the other one we like. Alright, well I'm not comfortable grabbing that due to my religious reasons, so you're gonna make me grab it now? My friend Mitch's wife got drunk and let it slip that they haven't made love in 3 years because he's addicted to online porn. So tonight, I surprise him with my famous baked beef rigatoni, and that's gonna set the mood just right for them. Me seeing a skinny, pale, drug-addicted, toxic deadbeat man with an unusual name with personality disorders and would treat me like shit. Oh my god!
Tattoos are for scumbags and whores. Guess which one I am.
I can tell by the way you're looking at me that I'm suddenly the 26th president of the United States, Teddy Roosevelt. You have that Teddy Roosevelt stare, I can see it in your eyes, Perry. If you see a toilet in your dream, do not use it. This is a warning from someone who's wiser than you. Do guys like their inner thighs being touched too, or is that just a girl thing?
Depends. Are we assuming you're my wife, or did you just put on a raccoon costume and break into my house through the second floor window with wooden ladders?
Oh, you have that kink too? Dude, samesies, twins. Why do men still send pics when they know they can be printed out and put inside a hollowed out courgette, zucchini, with crushed insects, dog shit, rotting meat, and alum powder, and then buried under a poisonous tree in the cemetery while reading Psalms 37:2? Makes no sense.
We're out here performing rituals.
By age 26, you should have built a rocket, fought a mummy, climbed up the Eiffel Tower, discovered something that doesn't exist, and given a monkey a shower. If you haven't done those, you've wasted your summer vacation. You saw me at the Walmart and didn't say hi.
What I saw at Walmart? I don't know what you're talking about. If you ever find a genie and you're really craving a dessert that looks like this, do not say,
I'd like a lifetime supply of raspberry crowns.
Well, this is in fact the name of the pastry. It's also the name of a species of wasp for some reason. The genie, being a nasty trickster, will no doubt give you a bunch of wasps.
This is an oddly specific post. Are you okay? Did you get a bunch of wasps?
Deer population is controlled by releasing wolves into an area. All problems should be solved that way. Too much pollution? Release wolves in factories. Dislike Congress? Wolves. Want to lose weight?
That's right.
Wolves.
There's something so freeing about doing things wrong. Taking all the blankets off your bed and sleeping on the floor, wearing hoodies over vintage dresses, having pasta for breakfast and cereal for dinner. Small acts of rebellion against the idea that there's only one way to live your life. Refusing to conform, even if it's only for your sake. That's what free will's all about. My dream? To stand on the street and say the words, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to call you back," while watching some sort of monstrosity overtake Manhattan. It's all I've ever wanted. Parents of Reddit, why don't you close the door when you're leaving our rooms? Well, because saying, "Son, your room stinks of the month-old cum socks that are clearly stuffed down the side of the bed. You need to come let some fresh air in here." Because I'm genuinely worried at this point that breathing the air that is currently in here technically counts as me swallowing your money shot. Well, that's just going to embarrass us both. So I just leave the door open. It's a lot easier that way.
Request. If someone were to swim naked in a 50-meter freestyle swimming race,
How much would having an erect to reduce the drag, assuming he has an average-sized penis? Please answer quickly. This is time-sensitive. Just showered and I'm smelling good as F. Who trying to chew on my labia like it's a Polly Pocket skirt? Tough crowd. We'll get him next time.